In this tutorial, we'll create an activity using the Making Connections tool. It is a great choice for helping students figure out the relationships among historical events. The topic for the activity we'll be creating will be African Americans' military service and the eventual integration of the U.S. Armed Forces. First, you'll need to choose the documents that you'd like to include in this activity by clicking on the Find Documents button. You can either browse or search by keyword for particular historical eras or throughout the entire DocsTeach database. Let's search by the keyword Executive Order 9981, by which President Truman desegregated the U.S. Armed Forces. You can then take a look at the document by clicking on the thumbnail. And to add it to the activity, click on the plus sign in the top left. Continue browsing or searching until you feel that you have selected a sufficient number for the activity. Then click the green Back to Activity button. You can always go back and add more or delete some later. Drag each document up to the grid on the right, placing them so that they form a linked narrative. Leave blank spaces where you want your students to determine the connection between documents. You can provide your students with introductory material and also concluding material and some document-based questions that you might want them to consider. You should add a title to your lesson or your activity, your name, the author's name. You can add synopsis material, a brief synopsis, and you can also add detailed instructions for yourself or anyone else who might be using this activity. We're going to save the activity now and take a look and see how our work turned out. I'm going to click Start Activity. Here's the introductory material. Here are two documents from the Civil War era. We asked students to draw a connection between them regarding the integration of the armed forces, or lack thereof. So on for World War I and World War II. And finally, the desegregation order by President Truman. And finally, a picture of an integrated armed forces with President George H.W. Bush. They would then click I'm done. Here's where you would have any questions that you might want to ask them to answer. They can send this to your email address and type their responses here and send them to you via email.